What is up? We are in our next video going through Matthew. We're in chapter 8, and we're going to be looking at verses 23 to 34. We're going to be ending chapter 8 of Matthew. We're flying through Matthew. It's going to be crazy in the next couple weeks how fast we move through this book. And I want you to see two things. We saw yesterday in our last video that Jesus has power over our physical bodies, right? He is able to heal us of our diseases and take that away. Today we're going to see two things. The first thing we're going to see is that Jesus has power over this physical world. That not only does he have power over our bodies, but he's going to calm a storm. He's going to calm a storm. We just had a major thunderstorm last night. And I can't imagine what it would be like to be out on the open ocean in a small boat, and then suddenly the storm is stopped. I can't imagine what that would be like. And that's what the disciples experience. And they will experience it again later on. And Jesus continues time and time and time again to show that he has power over all the physical world. And why do you think that is? If you had to guess, why do you think he has that power? Why don't I have that power? Why don't you have that power? Well, it's obvious because he created all things. We see that he, in John 1, was there and created all things. He is God, and through him, all creation was brought about. And so that's the first thing we see, that he has power over the physical world. And then we're also going to see that Jesus heals two men with demons, right? He comes and he heals these dudes, and he casts these demons out. And so the point of this is that Jesus has power over the physical world and the spiritual world, which means really two things for us. The first thing is that we need to worship Jesus in a physical way and in a spiritual way, obviously, because he has the power to overcome these things. Nothing else in this world has the power that Jesus has to heal us, not just of physical diseases, but of our spiritual disease in sin. And so as you think about this, as you read these passages and you apply this to our life, man, I think that needs to be the key, is how are you worshiping Jesus in a physical way and in a spiritual way? In your prayer life, in your reading of scripture, in your physical life, how are you taking care of your own body? How are you honoring your parents and loving your neighbor? How are you sharing the gospel? These are great applications to think about as we go forward. So read this section. We'll see you tomorrow.